Christmas Eve, December 24th. Christmas Eve is on December 24th and is one of the best nights of the year. Christmas has the power to bring families and friends together, to warm our hearts, and remind us that we have so much to be thankful for. So put on your favorite pajamas, light the fireplace, call your loved ones, and top your hot cocoa with some fluffy marshmallows. Christmas Eve marks the end of the Advent season, which begins on the fourth Sunday before Christmas Eve. Many churches hold midnight church services to keep the end of Advent. It is commonly observed on the night before Christmas Day in modern times. Christmas Eve history. The custom of celebrating Christmas Eve stems in part from the Christian liturgy, which begins at sunset and is based on the book of Genesis story of creation, which states that the first day begins in the evening and ends in the morning. It is also thought that Jesus, or Jesus of Nazareth, was born at midnight in the Palestinian region. Many historical perspectives on ancient traditions aided in the development of Eve celebrations, which remained in the early Christian calendar. Christmas Eve marks the end of the Advent season, which begins on November 30th in the west and November 15th in the east. On this night, the shepherds guarding their flocks outside Bethlehem saw the bright star in the sky that announced the birth of Jesus Christ. This is why many churches start their services on the fourth Sunday before Christmas. Due to the Holy Inquisition, Christian traditions were made mandatory from the 12th to the 15th centuries. The Church was influenced by winter solstice celebrations during the 16th century and began Christmas preparations the night before. Many people in Europe believe that at midnight on Christmas Eve, animals briefly have the ability to speak. The traditional association of the ox and donkey in the nativity scene may have given rise to such superstitions, but the concept of talking animals is most likely pagan in origin. A closely related belief, common in England and Europe, is that cattle rise in their stalls or kneel to worship the Christ child at midnight on Christmas Eve. Despite its Christian significance, Christmas Eve is associated with a number of pagan and supernatural beliefs. On Christmas Eve, the dead are said to return to their former homes in Scandinavian countries. Before going to bed, people make sure their parlors are clean and that a good fire is burning. They frequently light candles, set the table, and leave plenty of food for their ghostly visitors. They also make certain that the seats of their chairs have been dusted. When they wake up in the morning, they wipe the chairs down with a clean white towel. If they find any dirt on the seat, it means that a relative fresh from the grave sat there during the night. Christmas became popular as a holiday in the 19th century. Christmas Eve is still an important part of Christian culture because it commemorates the birth of Jesus. It has grown in popularity over the last century as a result of a beloved icon, Santa Claus. More traditions arose from the idea of the jolly man in red, such as hanging stockings and leaving out cookies, milk, and sometimes carrots for his reindeer. Apart from Santa Claus and Christianity, Christmas Eve became a day for spending time with family and loved ones over dinner, decorating, gift wrapping, and watching Christmas-themed movies. From Europe to North and Latin America to Asia, the holiday brings families and friends together to enjoy special and traditional activities. Traditions for Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, children all over the world leave food and drink for whoever comes to their house with presents. This depends on where you live on the planet. The gifts may be delivered by Santa Claus or Father Christmas. It's the Christ child in Switzerland. It's the Christmas elf in Denmark. It's a small man in Sweden. And it's the Christmas goat in Finland. In Latvia, the tradition is to open the gifts under the Christmas tree after Christmas Eve dinner, with a slight twist. Before accepting the gift, the person receiving it must recite a small poem. Activities for Christmas Eve. 1. It's dinner time. Take the time to have dinner with the people you care about, regardless of your plans for the evening, where you are, or who you are with. Prepare or order some food, have some desserts, and enjoy the conversation and company. 2. Secret Santa/Secret Pal. The tradition of giving and receiving gifts is shared by many countries, and while it is usually reserved for Christmas Day, Secret Santas are ideal for Christmas Eve. Organize a Secret Santa with your friends to spread the holiday cheer. 3. Traditions should be preserved and created. From making eggnog and cooking your favorite childhood Christmas dish to hosting an annual movie night with your friends, the Christmas season is an ideal time to begin a new tradition. 5 amazing Christmas evening facts. 1. Scientists calculated that Santa must travel at 650 miles per second to complete all of his work on Christmas Eve. 2. Merry Scary Christmas. On Christmas Eve, it was common practice to gather around and tell scary ghost stories. 3. Christ's Candle. Many church services on Christmas Eve traditionally light the Christ candle in the center of the Advent wreath. 4. The Nativity Play. Christians have a tradition of recreating the nativity scene, including live dramatizations. 5. Presents arrive earlier. Some countries, such as Australia, Germany, Portland, and parts of Latin America, exchange and open gifts on Christmas Eve rather than on Christmas. Why do we enjoy Christmas Eve? A. Even in the darkest of times, there is light. Christmas reminds Christians that God loves humanity so much that He sent His Son to save and forgive them of their sins. So, even in the darkest of times, and just as it was during World War I, Christmas Eve is the night that illuminates the world. B. Night of Reunion. Even non-religious people celebrate Christmas and travel home to see family and friends they haven't seen in a long time. C. A chance to spread love. Christmas Eve is the ideal night to give and receive love, regardless of commercial or material considerations. Your company, your support, and other acts of kindness are examples of loving and kind gifts, food for homeless animals, donations to charities and churches, and much more. If you like my video, press like. Do share this video with your family and friends to help them. Subscribe to my channel for more informative videos. Thank you for watching my video. Have a blessed day.